let's get into this Buffy story. So earlier today, it was officially announced. Well, we already knew for months that we were getting a Buffy reboot. Everybody was wondering who's going to be on the show, what's going to be about. The only person that we knew that was officially attached to the show, but in a recurring role, was none other than Sarah Michelle Gellar. We had no idea who the new Slayer was going to be. We had no idea who the new Slayer's friends was going to be. We have no idea who the new big bad was going to be. She did mention there's a new Sunnydale. She did mention that in the video that I'm going to play y'all in a minute. But now, about 3 hours ago, Sarah Michelle Gellar posted a video up on her IG, and I'm going to play the video for y'all also, to reveal that our new Slayer is none other than Kiera Armstrong. Now, for those of you who are not familiar who she is, Kiera Armstrong, well, I've seen a lot of stuff she was in. She was in that horrible-ass Firestarter reboot where Zac Efron played her father. She was actually good in it, even though she got a Razzie Award nomination. I don't think she won, but she got a Razzie Award nomination, which I thought was a little shady. I'm like, you know what? When it comes to the kids, don't put the kids in the nominations. Y'all can do the adults. But a little kid, it's not their fault. They're in a crappy movie. So she was in that, and then she was also in Star Wars Skeleton Crew. She kind of annoyed me in that show, but that was probably due to the writing and all this stuff. And it kind of makes me wonder if she's going to be the new Slayer. Is she still? Are we getting a Star Wars Skeleton Crew season 2, or is that just done? Because quiet as it's kept, the Star Wars shows really ain't been doing it for me. I mean, we have Andor, which I've still not got, even though it just officially ended. The series finale was yesterday. I haven't watched not one episode of season 2, so I got to get around to watching that. But anyway, so Kiera Armstrong basically got the part. She's our new chosen one, and she will be a lead opposite Sarah Michelle Gellar in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot, which has a pilot order at Hulu. Now Armstrong will play the new Slayer in the untitled Buffyverse project, which Gellar executive produces, in addition to reprising her signature role as Buffy Summers. Now, Oscar winner Chloe Zhao is directing the pilot, and Chloe Zhao, for those of you who are not familiar, she directed The Eternals. I don't think The Eternals. I don't look. I know a lot of people are have mixed feelings about The Eternals, but I didn't think it was as bad as everybody was trying to make it out to be. And they said the pilot was written by Nora and Lila Zuckerman. Now, no additional information has been provided about the project, referring to it as the next chapter in the Buffyverse, which comes from 20th Century and Searchlight TV, or 20th Television, I should say, because it's not 20th Century Fox anymore. Now, the character played by Armstrong is described in casting materials as an introverted high school student, which I think is actually a good way for them to approach it, whereas when we got Buffy Summers, she was an extrovert. She was a girl that was outgoing. She was a cheerleader. She, did all the kind of like the popular girl stuff until she started developing her powers and slaying vampires. And then everybody started looking at her as the weirdo. Hence why when she comes to Sunnydale, the girl that was perceived as the normal Valley Girl cheerleader type went and hung out with the nerds, which, well, they were considered nerds. And nerds were uncool back then. Now nerds are cool, which is kind of bizarre, but it's funny how the tables have turned. But when I was growing up, nerds was not cool at all. But now it's like being a nerd is not a bad thing. So they said there was some symbolism in Armstrong's casting as Gellar's spiritual successor. The actresses' names, Kiera Armstrong and Sarah Michelle Gellar, share the same cadence, but it was Armstrong's acting chops that won her the role. This is what Gellar said. And Sarah also said the reason why she came back to the show was because she said that in these divided times, she wanted to provide people some comfort. And I feel like because I did grow up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like I was in high school when the cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer were playing high school students, so I could definitely relate to that world. And, in the 90s, growing up in the 90s, I was in high school. So being a part of that whole world and relating to a lot of the subject matter that was going up in there, and then the supernatural stuff being a metaphor for actual things in real life, I feel like that also laid the groundwork for shows like The Walking Dead, where they're saying like, oh, the humans are far worse than the vampires and the supernatural creatures and all that other stuff. So I'm definitely curious to see where they're going to go with this show, and I hope it doesn't suck. And if it sucks, look, we have the original. So I do have the clip, courtesy of Sarah Michelle Gellar's page. And now we're going to play the clip and then we'll come back and talk. Please hold.
This process has been hard, and there's been so many parts with like me being out of the country. And there was just sort of like one part of it that I just wanted to ask you and I wanted to make sure that you were okay with.
Okay.
How do you feel about helping me save the world?
Good.
You want to be my chosen one? Will you stand by my side and save the world? Yeah. Ryan, we all love you. And from the second we all saw your tape, there was nobody else in our eyes that could do it, that we wanted to do it with. And I'm so excited to stand by your side and have you be my partner on this journey.
This is so exciting. Oh my God.
So I hope it's a yes.
Yes, for sure, yes. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Welcome to New Sunnydale.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ryan, you've earned it. There's nobody else in any of our eyes. You are our chosen one.
So honored. Thank you guys. Thank you for trusting me. Yay!
Where's your dad? What did I tell him to?
Dad!
What do you think? Are you ready for this journey?
I just kind of overheard what was happening here. And I know that this is exactly where she's supposed to be right now, with you on this insane new journey.
I know this process has been...
All right. So there you have it. And so in the comments, we had Emma Caulfield, who you know was on the show. She played Anya. She has tears with 5 heart emojis. Then someone also said, imagine our Queen Buffy, the SMG, asking you to be her or our chosen one. And then there was somebody in the comments said, new Slayer confirms. Oh my God, okay, it's happening. Yeah, it was gonna happen. But we also got a pilot. We don't necessarily know if we have, like, is it gonna go officially 2 series? It's just 1 episode, and I guess I want to see how it is. Hopefully it's strong enough that we do get a full season. One person also said, please bring Angel back. Another person said, New Sunnydale is the title. OMG. Well, that's actually not the title, so I don't know where you got that from. It'll be interesting to hear. Well, hopefully that maybe they'll call it Chosen One or something. I don't know. Or Slayers. I don't know. Maybe they can come up with that. But I don't think we can call it Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because Buffy is Buffy and Buffy is not the main character. It's basically, it's in the Buffy universe. Buffy will be a part of it to try to, I guess, just get the ball rolling. But nevertheless, it's just, it's going to be a regular show. And so, with it being on Hulu, I think it's a good idea because they could really get a little more edgier with it. Like, you can get more crazier with the fight sequences. And Ryan is pretty young, so she can get up there and do a lot of the fight choreography. And this is the time, now that she knows she got the part, y'all can get her in the gym and get to training. It would be cool if they actually had like the stunt team from 87, 11, the people that do like John Wick and a lot of those type of movies. If they could do something like that, that would be cool. If they could really up it with the fights and stuff for the show. But since we ain't getting Blade, might as well just get, we just got to settle for Buffy. So, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Ryan, Kiera, Armstrong, and shout out to Sarah Michelle Gellar. And I just think it's great that the show was finally happening, and now we'll probably get it at the end of the year. But you already know me. I'm binging the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series because I want to refresh my brain, and I'm in my nostalgia bag. So I watch a lot of classic shows that I grew up on because it provides comfort in the times of stress, like Buffy, like Sarah Michelle Gellar said, is the reason why she came back on board for this franchise. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this story? Are you excited to hear that, yes, we finally got our new Buffy? We finally got our new Slayer, and the show's happening. So, yeah, I definitely want to hear from you guys. So let me know what your thoughts are on this story in the comments down below. I was like, I got to make sure I closed up everything.